All right, so we are going to make this very quick because there's not a whole lot to say here. Now, surprisingly, I could have done today's show about so much more because this is kind of a big news day if you know about several things, but I'm not going to talk about it. But look, when it comes to the $600 stimulus checks, they have started going out as of last night per Steve Mnuchin. Now, I'm saying last night, but realistically, I'm talking about 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. That's when people started kind of seeing those payments actually hit their bank accounts. Now, if don't freak out if you haven't been paid. We're like 1 day into this. Right? Which is super amazing when you consider the kerfluffling that happened last time around, right? Just that was an utter cluster beep, right? But it literally seems as if they've got their heads screwed on straight, despite what we know about what's going on that I'm not going to talk about right now. But despite, all of the insanity in Washington, they did apparently learn from the last go around. So we are seeing a more expeditious rollout this time around. So do not freak out if you haven't received a payment. If it makes you feel any better, I haven't received a payment. I don't know anybody who has received a payment, but they started deposits last night. Paper checks, if you were getting them for whatever reason, those will start going out today. I personally, this is just kind of a personal thing. You can go on to the Postal Service's website and actually sign up to get notifications of deliveries to your house, and they can actually tell you the check is not the check, the delivery item, whoever the sender is, the name and kind of where it's coming from. Obviously, they didn't open your mail, they don't know what's in it, but you'll see something like, oh, Treasury. So I would encourage you, if you either plan to or you just anticipate getting a paper check, maybe that's something you want to sign up for. And I would recommend it not just that way you can kind of know and have foresight about you actually getting a check if that's the route you're going, but also because remember, one of the issues that they had last time was that at a certain point they started sending out debit cards to people. I guess they just either assumed people didn't have debit cards or it was easier for whatever the case might be. And a lot of people, given how the envelope looked, they actually just threw it away and threw away their debit cards. So I might advise you to kind of get that. And then also it's good to know too. So that way, again, if you're getting a check mailed, you can kind of keep an eye on your mailbox and not have people breaking into your mail and kind of know, hey, I got to watch my mailbox because people are out there and might be trying to steal my stimulus check. Anywho, just kind of a random note. But don't freak out. I would say, some of you might be pleasantly surprised tonight, Friday night, early Saturday morning when you wake up. Obviously, we won't see any activity from the banks on Sundays. But if you don't see anything the next day or two, hold your horses, as my grandmother says, and wait until next week, because next week should be a pretty big week, a super duper rollout. But they have started the rollout as of last night. That's basically all I wanted to say in this segment. Like, there's really not much to add. So hold that hope. I know it's not much, but 600 is better than nothing.